Hey, good afternoon. Working? Is this working? All right, great. Thanks so much. Looking forward to kicking things off today, you guys. Welcome to the 2019 Redbox Bowl Coaches Press Conference. I'm Ryan Opelt. I'm the Executive Director of the Redbox Bowl game, and on behalf of the San Francisco 49ers, Levi Stadium, and our Bowls host committee, we're absolutely thrilled to feature in this year's Redbox Bowl California Golden Bears and the Illinois Fighting Illini. We think we really have one of the great Pac-12 versus Big Ten matchups. Two great teams that are definitely on the rise. Great players, both had signature wins this year. And we know that their fan bases are really energized and excited to come out to Levi Stadium to support their programs. The game kicks off this year on Monday, December 30th, a 1 p.m. kick, family friendly. Redboxbowl.com can get tickets and packages there. I want to also thank our title sponsor, Redbox. Terrific company. This is the second year of our partnership with Redbox. We're really grateful for their partnership and their support. They do a lot for the bowl game. I also want to thank Fox Sports. They are our TV partner. They put a lot of resources into this game, and we're really excited again to be on Fox. With that, I know we're going to have a terrific Bowl Week experience here in San Francisco. We have a world-class city. All the student athletes, teams, administration, fans will be here. And then, of course, we're going to go down and play the game down at Levi Stadium on December 30th. Looking forward to a great matchup between Cal and Illinois. Coaches, good luck to you. And I will say we're playing, we have a brand new trophy this year, and so we'll be playing for the Redbox Bowl Championship Trophy, and here it is. Roger, with that, I'll turn it over to you guys.
Illinois is the home team for this year's Fox Bowl. So, Coach Wilcox, kick us off with a statement about your team being in the game.
Yeah.
And then Coach will wrap it up, then we'll open it up.
You bet. It's great to be here. Very humbling. Speak on behalf of our players and our program and how excited we are to be in the Redbox Bowl. It's a unique opportunity for us to be close to our home fans, and so look forward to them coming out and supporting us and being there for the game. Obviously, a chance to go up against a great Big Ten opponent, Coach Smith, who I have so much respect for, and what they've done as a program. So it's an exciting time, and I know our players are really excited to get back at it. We start practice this Friday, and as we finish up finals next week, we'll pour into the bowl game. But really looking forward to it and appreciate being here.
We too are, just excited to not be thinking so much about Christmas and have a chance to play some more football. It's been a long time for us, bowl-wise, and just like like Coach Wilcox said, we're pumped up, to play a very good, really good, Pac-10 opponent. With the Cal Bears, we have coaches on our staff. One coach, of course, that went to school, had a chance to coach one of the all-time great players to play at Cal, Hardy Nickerson. So a lot of different ties, but for our team, an awful lot has gone into us being here, and can't wait to play another football game.
So with that, we'll open it up for questions.
Well, there's a lot of benefit. The reward for the team and the fans come out and play again. One of the goals we have in our program is get ourselves in a position to have a chance to win a bowl game. So we've got to do that for the second straight year, and it's going to be a challenge. We all know that, but the reward part of it, there's the development factor. We're going to get a number of practices, almost not quite, but nearly a spring ball worth of practices for the development of some of our younger players, which is critical. And also the fact that we're continue to work and practice throughout December, which allows us to jumpstart back in January. When you're home all of December, it's tougher to get going when those guys go sit at home and eat turkey and ham and come back. You got to get them going, and so your spring ball and your off-season conditioning isn't quite the same. So the fact that we get to do all of those things There's just a number of reasons why bowl games are so important for your program. Yep. Yep. Well, first of all, congratulations to Bo. Bo's an excellent football coach, even better human being. I'm happy for him and his family. We're excited to have him, finish out the season, and I know he is as well. And so, we certainly appreciate Bo, who he is, and what he's done. And we've had some some circumstances on that side of the ball, which haven't always been easy, but he really did an excellent job as a member of our staff and coaching our players. So couldn't be more happy for him. In terms of naming a replacement, we'll name them at the appropriate time. That won't be today. There are initial discussions that have started, but there's really nothing. I won't talk much more about it until we're ready to name somebody, and there won't be a timeline on that. Well, yeah, the fans, the chance that they can get to the game a little bit easier, hopefully, that's a huge bonus. And our players we're jacked up. The fact that sometimes when you live in a place, especially a city in a metropolitan area like this, you live in a bubble like our guys do for the most part on campus, and they kind of have their dorms in the facility and classes, and it's a little triangle, and that's where they live. So the fact we're going to come over here and we're going to have some great events, some food. They're going to do things in this bowl game they probably wouldn't have done in 4 years living in the Bay Area, and probably same for the coaches. So when I talked about it and announced that they were jacked. So I think there's just a lot of benefit. We definitely appreciate being here.
For us, Dele Harding is, I think, just an outstanding football player. Been with our program, of course, the entire time I've been there. I've had the privilege of coaching some very good linebackers during my career. And when you go through and you meant so much to a program, you would like for them to finish it off with a career year. And that's exactly what he did. He's our selected captain by our team. As productive of a linebacker as there was in college football. I'm talking about tackles, interception, calls, fumbles. So it's always neat. I love coaching a lot of positions, but if you had to pin me down, probably the linebacker position is probably my favorite that I've ever coached. And to, for this game to have two outstanding linebackers, of course, one I think was a Pac-10 leader and tackles. The other one, Big Ten leader in tackles. So that should be a lot of fun for purists, defensive football people to watch this game. So, but yes, I'm aware. I try to be aware of all the great linebackers playing college football, and we'll have two great ones on the field. Haven't seen a lot of tape. Some. What we've been doing so far has just been nonstop recruiting. I know Justin said that they were going to start Friday. We have finals we're kind of dealing with and some different things. We'll probably won't get it, start to really preparing until about Monday. But we have plenty of time and can't wait to really get into detail. Yes, Austin and his fiance also was an athlete at Cal. But it's always special when you come back home. No place like home. I know they love Cal is an outstanding school. They love their time here. I think if he was drawing it up on what our destination would be, he would definitely have chosen to come back here. So that'll be special for him. And not just Austin. I think we have about 8 to 10 people on our roster, either players or coaches, with a tie. So that should be neat for them. Yes, he's Ken. How about he's getting better? How's that? Um, as I said, not trying to get away from you. We're going to start back up fairly soon. Right now, our guys have kind of been student athletes for the most part. Everybody's getting better, from what I'm told. We'll be able to give you more updates, as it gets a little bit closer to game time. Yes, but he didn't play the last game, but he was pretty much, out of the concussion protocol then. So hopefully we'll have him. Of course, like all of us, we're different. We're a different team with him. He's had an outstanding year for us, and hopefully he'll be ready to go.
Again, the video is just starting because we've been nonstop recruiting, and I know probably both of us, the amount of miles and home visits has been pretty intense here for the last 2 weeks. And so I know they've had some big wins. I know they've had 2 quarterbacks. Obviously, the one that will be coming back, the really talented player, that the linebacker's an excellent player. They got a receiver who we are very familiar with, who's very talented and had a great year for them. And so I think it'll be a really good matchup in that regard. And we'll dig into the tape really starting tomorrow with the coaches, and we'll get more familiar throughout the weekend just watching the video.
More questions from anybody in the room? Your second home team.
Well, I mean, just typical, visiting team challenges. We play on the road quite a bit. We understand where we're going. And, eventually, people in the stands can't really help you an awful lot. So it's just going to be us against Cal. But, again, we're excited to be, as I said earlier on, it's been a long time since we've been in a bowl. So we're just pumped up about it. The more fans that we have in the stadium, the better the game will be. I know it is, as you mentioned, we're kind of the visiting team a little bit, but we have a lot of alumni here that are really kind of pumped up about it too. So, again, just anxious to get to the game.
File for anybody in the room. We have
So this is Tony Harvey from the Sacramento Observer newspaper. This is a question for Lovie Smith. Lovie, you in a pretty unique area, Champaign-Urbana. You go up north, you hit Chicago. You go southwest, you hit St. Louis. And if you go to Indianapolis east, talk a little bit about that area. And you did say earlier in the conference that, it's been a long time for you guys, to turn in from a football team into a program. Can you talk a little bit about being in that community for the last 3 years? I think you were hired in March of 2016.
Yes, well, that's like perfect. 2 hours south. 2 hours. That's for where we are. We're college. Right. Everywhere I've football, playing football seemed like life is just kind of better for everyone. I know it's been a lot of fun. Kind of mentioned some of the big wins that we had this year. Everybody had a chance to celebrate it. Everybody is kind of on board with what's happening there at the University of Illinois. We're really excited about moving into a state-of-the-art facility. So, and that's about the community as a whole. So everybody's really pumped up about
And this is just a follow-up question. Once again, it's Tony Harvey from the Sacramento Observer. How has it been with your relationship with Josh Whitman, who also played at the played on the football team at Illinois? How has it been for you guys trying to rebuild this program?
I feel like it's been a perfect marriage. one of the reasons why I came to the University of Illinois. Josh came down to Tampa, and we talked about how we were going to bring Illinois football back. I think it helps when you have a football guy as your boss. He's involved. I keep him as informed as possible, where he knows exactly what's going on. We knew as we took on this project that it wouldn't be just a quick fix. It takes a little bit of time to build a program, and I'll just say it's been great to have not just Josh, but my bosses that totally behind what we're doing, and so it's good to see, daylight at the end of the tunnel coming up.
Well, I actually do have another question, but I'll leave that alone. Go ahead. Anyone else wants to field the question?
Coach, this is Bob Osmondson from the News Gazette. Coach Smith,
Yes.
I just wanted to know, has any resolution been set up with Jory Brown in terms of him coming back next year?
I'm sorry, one more time?
Jory Brown, do you guys have any decision about him going forward with him?
Well, yeah. Just like this was Bob, right? Bob, like
Correct.
the last press conference we had, he went through senior day. He's a senior for us, and nothing has changed from that. He's getting ready to play his last game for the University of Illinois. He's meant an awful lot to our program. Voted offensive MVP by his teammates, so it's his last game coming up.
So there's no chance he's coming back in 2020?
Bob, all I know is that he went through senior day, all right, and he's a senior, and I assume he's moving on.
Okay, that's great. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Anything final on the line? All right, with that, we'll close it down here.
Well, I've got another one for Coach.
Okay.
Coach Smith, what have you been doing this last? You said recruiting has been the big deal, right?
Yes, it
Have you
has,
been
Bob.
across the country? Where have you been?
Where have I been? Getting pretty personal
Yeah.
there, Bob.
Come on.
Our
Come on.
areas, Bob, you know where we recruit. We've been trying to hit
Sure.
our home state as much as possible. St. Louis, Canada, Florida, Texas, Kansas, California. You want me to keep going? Is that enough? All around.
That's good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
What's been the reception?
One more time.
What's been the reception?
What's been the reception? About
Yeah.
like you would imagine. More people are listening to us. It helps when you continue to play. We'll have one more chance to play in front of our fans and people for recruits. But we're looked at differently, of course. What we've been trying to do is take another step with our program, and by going, to a great bowl like this one, like the Redbox Bowl, has helped an awful lot. So reception, of course, has been warm, like you would imagine.
The last thing, how
This is
eager are you to get back to work, Coach?
You say, when are we getting back to work, or how are we getting back to work? I'll just kind of go over.
How excited are you to get back to work?
We're excited, very excited to get back to work. As I mentioned earlier, our guys are kind of finishing up finals, which they'll finish strong with it. And then we're excited about, Justin mentioned, more practices, for us as we build our program. That's important. So to have kind of a pre-spring practices first to just try to improve our ball club with technique. We have a lot of young players, some that didn't play this year. So we're excited about that. And then to get in a position to game plan one more time, we can't wait.
I've won.
This is Tony Harvey, and this is my last.
Okay.
This is Tony Harvey, and this is my last question for Lovie Smith. You had a stretch where you lost 4 games, and then you took off and won 4 straight games after that. What was the turnaround? Was it, the student athletes, confidence building, or was it a lot of passion, or was it both?
I think there's a lot of things that go into that. As you're building your program, you like to, we're pretty pumped about that, the winning streak that you mentioned. But when you're building, you have to go through adversity, and we had to really look at ourselves in the mirror and decide what we wanted to do. And I just like the way our guys handled that adversity. And it was a tough part of our schedule, and they stepped up to the challenge and just kind of springboarded, to me, as I see it, our program into, a different place. But, as you look at both of our programs, I think we both lost 4 and we both won 4. That's just kind of college football. There are good football teams out there. You have to stay the course, and we stayed the course.
Thank you, Coach.
Welcome.
Thank you all. We'll the photo up here, and if you have any one-on-one questions for the coach, we'll have 4 minutes to do that. Yeah, let me give you your. Okay, Roger, I'm going to. Yeah, go ahead. So those of you in the room, the bowling ball has a little significance in that. We went to Michigan State this year. Illinois did. Coach made a decision to take the bowling ball. We went up there with 5 wins. A win would give us 6 to make bowl eligible. Of course, we fell behind 28. Came back and won the game with 5 seconds left in the game. Come back and become bowl eligible. So there's a lot of emotion. Coach walks off the field, and our equipment staff had the bowling balls. That be locker room. 13. It's orange. It's 13th game. So there's a on that does it. That'd be symbol for becoming bowl eligible. We have it here. Meg, I'll let you do set direction here. Thank you. All right. Appreciate it.
I'm coming in a distant second.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, guys, would you? Maybe one with each coach separately with the trophy. Got it. All right, we'll have a few more minutes if